Phelps' Dairy Store, located just southeast of Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point, has fresh cheese curds 7 days a week. Phelps' has a vast selection of cheeses and meats, including the popular potato wurst. Fresh milk pumped daily from 700 cows and farm tours available. See Phelps' Dairy Store in person or visit us at phelpsdairystore.com. Phelps' Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Patience. damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency, family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
All right, guys, Jason here with the Zaleski Sports Show, and it is the Hillers True Value pregame show, and we are here in Stevens Point and Wisconsin Valley Conference basketball action between the DC Everest Evergreens and the SPASH Panthers happening here tonight. Again, the Hillers True Value pregame show. Hillers is your Milwaukee tool headquarters. Hillers located on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Go down and get all your Milwaukee tool gear, heated jackets, tools, batteries, cords, Right On Anything pens, and anything else that you can find over at Hillers True Value on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. We're going to talk to both teams' coaches here momentarily, but first the setup here as we take a look. We'll start with DC Everest here. Alexis Wanowiak and Mallory Schmoll, the two players to watch here for Everest. Wanowiak wears number 11 and averages 11 points a game. Mallory Schmoll wears 12. She averages 9 points a game. And we'll ask Coach Terpstra about both of those girls. And then on the SPASH side of things, Madison Rogan, 16 points a game, and Leah Ernest averaging 26 points a game. And we'll get Coach Terpstra to come over here and join us. Coach? One moment. Live TV, guys. What are you going to do here? But stay here, Steven. Stay here with this. We'll have Coach come over here. We'll bring him back. All right. Continue on here in the Hillers True Value pregame show and talking now to SPASH Panther head coach Craig Terpstra. Coach, let's talk about the conference season now. It's really in full swing. It's kind of the official start of the conference season as it is. What are the goals here in a tough Valley Conference this year?
Obviously, a goal is just, try to win the games at home, steal some on the road. Continue to play your best basketball, improve, and hope to be in a conference race come February.
Coach, on the Everest side of things here, you're going to have to keep an eye on Wanowiak and Schmoll. Both of those two girls averaged 20 points together during the course of a game. What are the plans for those two coming in?
Just play good team defense.
Yeah, all right, Coach. Good luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game. All right, Coach Terpstra there and joining us here in our pregame show. And here, Coach Bolus coming over here. We'll talk to Coach Bolus. Thanks for joining us, Coach, here. So we talked to Coach Terpstra a little bit about conference season. For me, this is really the start of the conference season. It's kind of a long grind, as it turns out, in this way. What are the goals for conference play here this year?
We have a lot of new kids on our team, and we've won 4 of the last 5 conference championships, so that's always our goal, and we're 2-1 and still in it. But Wausau West and Stevens Point are the front runners, no doubt. Us being able to hang with them tonight would be a big feat, but we're going to give it our best. We've been very inconsistent, so hoping, in a tough place to play, we're hoping to hang with them tonight.
Madison Rogan, of course, Leah Ernest, one of the most prolific scorers in the Valley. Again, this year, what are the plans for those two coming in?
Well, we hope they miss a lot because they're both real good, especially, Leah 27 a game and Madison about 17. So, we're gonna play a little zone because we can't really match up with them man-to-man, but, like I said, realistically, we hope they miss some because they're real good.
All right, Coach. Thanks for stopping by. Good luck today. Okay. All right, guys. DC Everest Evergreen head coach Mark Bolus here coming to talk to us, and yeah, it's exactly what we thought he was going to say here as we get involved in our pregame warm-ups here. Again, you're watching the Hillers True Value pregame show. Hillers, located on South Central Avenue in Marshfield, is your Milwaukee tool headquarters. Head on down to Hillers on South Central Avenue in Marshfield. Get all your Hillers True Value gear, winter coats, tools, batteries, accessories, Right On Anything pens, and everything else Hillers True Value has waiting for you down there. Again, we are here in Stevens Point. It is the SPASH Panthers hosting the DC Everest Evergreens, and I will be on the call with you shortly. We're going to take a quick break and come back in time for starting lineups. Again, Valley Conference basketball, SPASH Everest, coming up next.
UW Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Just a short drive from Marshfield, Chili Implement is your local headquarters for snow removal equipment for your home or business. Take advantage of 0% financing on select make and models. See store for details. The friendly staff at Chili Implement is there to help equip you this season for whatever snow removal needs you may have. Just 10 miles west of Marshfield, Chili Implement, an authorized dealer for Kubota, is located north of Highway 10 on County Road Y in Chile.
Leah is accompanied by her parents Brian and Brenda Ernest. During last Friday night's game versus Marshall in the Century Classic, Leah surpassed the 1,000-point plateau for her career. Congratulations, Leah, on this accomplishment. The SPASH Athletics programs, SPASH Basketball fans, and the community of Stevens Point. Congrats, Leah. At this time, if you're able, please stand and remove your headwear as we celebrate those who have and continue to defend our freedom with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back here to Stevens Point Area High School, home of the SPASH Panthers, taking on Wisconsin Valley foe DC Everest Evergreens. And thanks for joining us for our Hiller's True Value pregame show. And if you did join us for that, you heard us talk to SPASH Panther head coach Craig Terpstra, and we also visited with DC Everest Evergreen head coach Mark Bullis. Talked to both coaches, mainly just about the conference season. There have been a handful of conference games played to this point, but this is really conference season now, as these teams will play nearly an absolute conference schedule from this point forward as they build towards the playoffs and work towards perhaps a conference title. Somebody's going to win the conference, and these two teams are top contenders for that here in the 2018-2019 season. For the DC Everest Evergreens starting lineups, Olivia Fernstedt. Fernstedt wears number 2. Zoe Minahan, and Minahan wears 5. Alexis Wanowiak, and Wanowiak wears 11 and is the Evergreen top scorer, averaging 11.4 points per game. Number 20, Gabby Anderson, and number 33, Megan Heil. So again, the Evergreens go Fernstedt, Minahan, Wanowiak, Anderson, and Heil. For Terpstra's SPASH Panthers, starting lineup is as follows. And we begin with number 2, Rachel Lummis. Lummis again wears number 2. Alyssa Standifer. Standifer wears 10. Kaylee Hintz. Kaylee Hintz wears number 30. Madison Rogan averages 16.5 points per game. Number 33, Madison Rogan. And Leah Ernest, 1,000-point scorer. Ernest averages 26.5 points a game. And again, she reached the 1,000-point mark in her career just a week ago and did it as a junior. She's got a whole this season and the whole next season yet to go to add on to those 1,000 points. Again, we go Lummis, Standifer, Hintz, Rogan, and Ernest for the Panthers. Mark Skiba, our referee here, will toss the ball and get us locked and loaded. Told him that I wasn't going to show him too much, but I can talk about him as much as I want. So Skiba with the ball up in the air underway, and tip from Ernest back to Rogan, and off we go here. And again, Wisconsin Valley Conference basketball, and it is our Zaleski Sports On Focus Game of the Week. Thanks for joining us. Ernest on the far wing, dribbles all the way baseline, kicks it out to Hintz. Over to Rogan. Rogan lines up a three on the way. Timber! Madison Rogan. Nice ball movement there by the Panthers as they put a little pressure on, try to get these Evergreens moving a little bit. Both teams start out here in this game. Panthers going man up here. It took me just a moment here to identify, but they're going to go man up here. And down low, and a nice feed to Wanowiak down low. And two of the top scorers in this game already scored. No surprise there. Hintz feeds into Standifer. Standifer kicks back out to Hintz. Rogan looked at a three, passed it up, and swung all the way around to Ernest. Ernest, ball fake, shoots, no. A rebound off to Wanowiak. And Everest in that zone that Coach Bullis in the pregame show promised us. Trying to close out on those shooters and then gather for the rebound. But he knows he's got to close out on Ernest and Rogan in particular, and did a decent job of that during that possession. Now the Evergreens on offense. Shot no, Ernest comes away with it. 3-on-4 fast break, Standifer, and they bring it back out now. Rogan pass into Hintz, right hand is up and in for Kaylee Hintz. And it's 5-2 SPASH. Again, this full court trap here. Had a bit of a lazy pass there, but able to come down with it was Minahan. Anderson with it, and now over to Heil. And Heil lost the ball out of bounds. And Mr. Skiba points the way of the SPASH Panthers. So SPASH up here in the early going, 5-2, just a couple minutes off the first half game clock today. Standifer in the corner. Left Lummis alone for the 17-footer and good. Rachel Lummis. Zone defense not able to close out on Lummis in enough time during that possession. She's able to can the 17-footer. Nice ball work here down low, but Standifer going to draw a jump ball, and it's going to stay with Everest as she got tied up with Wanowiak in our first jump ball of the game. And our first sub of the game. Out goes Heil, in is Schmoll. Schmoll, the second leading scorer for the Evergreens. They're six-man off the bench. Her and Wanowiak combined for 20 points a game. Schmoll, left hand up, no. Comes in the game and fires one up right away. Rogan on the drive, kick out, Hintz open for three off the front of the rim, no. A rebound off to Anderson. Anderson, Minahan, back to Schmoll, and Evergreens work it back around. Entry pass, nice job into Wanowiak. Right hand up off the backboard, no. Ernest with the rebound. Ernest speeds up ahead, dribbles through two, and has the foul. Just had the ball roll off the front of the rim. So she will go to the line for two, and the first free throws of the night for either team.
Evergreen foul number 2, Olivia Bernstein, her first team first.
Team foul 1 and foul 1 assessed to Fernstadt. Ernest's free throw is up and pure. Don't know where exactly she left off on her 1,000, but she's got at least 1,001. And got a bit of a discrepancy here at the scorers table. We'll see if we get that sorted out. And they may have double-checked who that foul was assessed to, and everybody's in agreement. A free throw attempt number 2 for Ernest. is up and good, just as pure as the first. 2 for 2 from the line on her first trip. That one tipped up by Lummis. Ball headed back the other way and off the hands of Rogan. It'll stay with Everest. Coach Terpstra very relaxed on the bench here in the early moments of the game. Coach Bullis up and about. 9-2 SPASH lead, so stands to reason that Terp may be just a bit calm over on the bench for the time being. 3 on the way here, no, by Fernstadt. Ball comes off to Rogan. Rogan dribbles left in the lane, 2 steps and up, and no foul called there as there was contact in the lane. Instead, it's ball out of bounds to SPASH. Ernest will inbound. And she's got Lummis to her right. Lummis now with the drive, 2 steps and up off the backboard, no. A rebound off to Schmoll. Panthers still man defense, entry pass denied by Ernest. Turnover Evergreens. Ernest kick out to Hintz. Hintz nice ball fake there. Pops and Wanoviak with the block. Ernest spins, kicks out to Rogan. Lummis, 3 on the way, chopping trees and counting threes. Rachel Lummis, and we'll have our first timeout of the game. We'll take one here real quick. SPASH 12, DC Everest 2. Nasonville Dairy, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com.
We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
All right, back here in Stevens Point. Again, thanks to sponsors like Nasonville Dairy, keeping these high school broadcasts completely free for you and free all over the world. And again, this is the Zaleski Sports On Focus Game of the Week, brought to you by, in part, Nasonville Dairy. Again, make sure to say thanks to these sponsors as you're out and about. You're going to spend the cash anyway. You're going to buy your next bag of cheese curds, and I recommend Feltz Dairy in Stevens Point and Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield. You're going to buy the cheese curds, buy it from those places. They're the ones who are making these broadcasts completely free to you. 12-2, Everest with down and with the ball. Shot there, no good. Anderson's shot, no good. Ernest's going to have to hustle for it. She stepped down the line, and Evergreens will keep the ball. Ernest telling our baseline referee to watch the Evergreen elbows. But just a recommendation there by Leah. Inbound here to Wanoviak, and Wanoviak settles in down low. Shot on the way, bounces just long. Lummis comes away with the rebound. Speeds down the court. Lummis with Heil on her, gets it off to Ernest. Ernest drives in the lane, right hand is no, but Ernest back to the line for 2 as she draws another foul here on the drive. And this foul is on Minahan, so Minahan picks up her first, team second for the Evergreens. Again, Ernest 2 points, and she's 2 for 2 from the line here in the first half. Rachel Lummis leads all scores with 5 minutes off the clock with 5 points. Front end of the shooting foul is up and pure for Ernest. Pretty decent crowd here at SPASH High School on a Friday night. Weather's not too bad outside, but it's actually so good there's little opportunity for sledding or those type of activities. If you've got a ice rink that is conditioned, then you've got a chance to go ice skating tonight. Otherwise, public rink's going to be a little sloppy with temperatures hovering near 40 all day. So a good time to come in and watch basketball here in Stevens Point, and good time for you to join us here too as you settle in for the night and enjoy some high school sports. A 3 on the way and good for Minahan. And Minahan scores the first Everest points in the the last 4 minutes. Lummis on the drive, lost the ball. That's going to fall all the way over here to Pecor, and Pecor kicks it back out. Lummis, 16-footer, is off, but we're going to have a shooting foul on the closeout by Winowiak. Closed out a little too close, and Lummis going to head the line for 2. I actually called that on Heil, my apologies. So Heil on the closeout, just a little too much. So Lummis and her 5 points will go to the line for 2. First one is up and good. Terpstra's got a good free throw shooting team here. Seen SPASH a number of times already this year. Solid all-around team. 8-3 mark on the year. Had some non-conference losses early that may get in the way of seeding later in the year, although a conference title would certainly help the Panthers when it comes to seeding time. Conference title also helped the Evergreens. 3 on the way for Heil is good. Megan Heil. So pretty good shooting here for both teams early. See if they can keep up this pace. Pecor gets it over to Fink. Fink back to Lummis, and Panthers reset. But they reset quick when they do. 3 on the way, in and out for Fink. And a rebound comes off to Minahan. Fernstadt brings it up for the Evergreens. That shot was partially blocked there by Fink, or at least altered. And Ernest comes down with it, and Ernest pushes up, and basket counts. Leah Ernest, and she'll go to line for the and 1. They're waiting a little bit of a delayed call there from Mr. Skibba on the and 1, but he finally brings his fist down with authority. And Ernest goes to the line. It's Minahan's second foul. 4 team fouls for the Evergreens, no fouls for the Panthers to this point. And in and out for Ernest, so she is 4 for 5 from the line here tonight. Her first miss was that one. Ball fake by Fernstadt with Pecor on her. In the lane is Schmoll. Schmoll up and under as she went up and under Fink. And Schmoll scores for the first time here tonight. She's got 2. And that's an 18-10 SPASH lead. Pecor to Fink to Rogan. Rogan with the ball here near wing. Gets one here. They're going to call this one on the floor, so no shot for Rogan, and they will inbound baseline, but we've got another foul on the Evergreens. That's their 5th in the half, and we got 10:56 yet to go.
With the Evergreens, number 1, Hannah Studeman, number 22, Paige Sarnick. At the SPASH, number 11, Kelsey Kostahusky.
And telling you before there that the Panthers come in at a mark of 8-3, lost 3 early games. They've been good, though, for the past month or so. And we've got another foul here. And the next Evergreen foul will result in SPASH free throws. Evergreens actually lost their last time out at home to Neenah, 29-58. A non-conference loss for the Evergreens. They are 2-1, though, in conference, so you can lose a non-conference game, but if you perform well in conference and the Evergreens are 2-1, you're right in the thick of it. And both of these teams certainly are here early conference season. Yes, that was a pass by Winowiak that stays with the Evergreens. Studeman with it here, gets it over to Schmoll. Back to Studeman. Schmoll with it again. Schmoll, more of a driving score, and a 3-point score is Paige Zarnick, my apologies. Zarnick with 3, and just like that, it's a 5-point game here. Ernest turns, finds 2 defenders, spins the other way off the backboarding. Good. No surprise, she's got 1,000 points in just her junior year. Got two other games going on right now. Actually, our third one is probably just about to start. That's girls basketball action, Auburndale and Phillips. We've also got girls action. As a nice entry pass there is a shot just a bit too strong, and it's off the hands of Zarnik, and ball will go to the Panthers. And also girls action tonight, Stratford taking on Athens. Find any of those games over at ZaleskiSportsShow.com. Click Live Sports. Watch all three. It's the whole thing there. You're a real pro if you can watch more than one game. Anybody can watch one game. My challenge to you is to watch all three. Get to elite status. Ernest step back just a bit short, and Wanoviak with the rebound. As I say that, we've got Auburndale, Phillips, boys stats coming in. We'll go through that briefly with you here. And we're going to have our first SPASH Panther foul, and it's go against Kylie Cleesmith. Cleesmith picks up her first and the first team foul for the Panthers. Rogan checks out. Kostakowski in for the Panthers. And just like that, back-to-back fouls. This one will send the Evergreens to the line. Heil will shoot two. And boys basketball again, Merriwood Conference, Auburndale over Phillips, 73-46. So, congratulations to the Apaches. Apaches done a nice job here again this season, and leading all scorers for Auburndale. And if you're a follower of Merriwood Conference basketball, you will not be shocked when I tell you Cooper Weinfurter led all scorers with 18 points tonight. As the free throw there is good from Heil. Ernest backs in, spins around, passes out to Pecor. Pecor baseline shot is good. So Pecor gets it to fall for her first points of the night. And the Panthers now back up by 8, 22-14. So man-up defense here for the Panthers as the Evergreens work the ball around the perimeter. Heil with it up top now. Wanoviak flashing down low. She comes up high post here to get the ball and continue their motion offense here as they look to get Wanoviak the ball down low. And it goes weak side post to Heil and off. Looks like it went off the hands of Cleesmith, and it'll stay with the Evergreens. Rogan and Hintz back in for the Panthers as Pecor and Cleesmith, or Kostakowski, take a seat. Cleesmith, number 23, still in. That shot just too strong there for Wanoviak. And Ernest with a head of steam launches from the free throw line, kicks out to Rogan. Timber! Madison Rogan. Nice work there on the 1-2 punch from the top two Panthers scorers there as Ernest launched towards the basket from just inside the free throw line and saw Rogan out of the corner of her eye. Nice turnaround shot there by Heil. Heil's got 6 points on the night for the Evergreens, leads all DC Everest scorers. Lummis entry pass here to Ernest. Ernest turns, faces up Studeman and dribbles back out, and we're going to pick up a foul here that's going to send Ernest to the line for bonus free throw.
Number 20, Gabby Anderson. First personal, 7th team foul.
First they had her lined up out of bounds, and that is incorrect, so they correct that. And teamwork there by our officials tonight. Gabby Anderson with the foul, her first, again, team 7th, so the Panthers will shoot free throws the rest of the first half. Ernest already 4 for 5 on the night, and hits the first, and will shoot a bonus second. And she took a quick glance at the scoreboard. Probably checking the time, and the time says 7:07 left here in the first. Hits the next. And Leah Ernest again showing why she's one of the top scorers and the top girls basketball players in the state of Wisconsin. Lummis with the interception there, the steal on that full court pressure, and that's going to result in Lummis going to line for 2. She hit her first 2 free throws already today. Attempts 3 and perhaps 4. coming up. Foul went against Zarnik. And the first is up and good. Actually, that was a shooting foul. They're calling that a shooting foul, so she was going to shoot 2 no matter what. I'm of the mind that she was on the floor for that one. At any rate, hit the first one, so it doesn't matter. And 9 points on the night for Lummis and a perfect 4 for 4 from the line. Nice ball moving here by the Evergreens, capped off with a Wanowiak score on the other end. But nice tempo there from DC Everest. Nice floor spacing. Pretty much everything you want to see there on a fast break. They had it. Ernest swings the ball around and off of her shin, out of bounds, as she was attempting to get around number 22, Paige Zarnak, and on her haste to get around, lost the ball out of bounds. Zarnak will inbound, bounce pass, perilously close to that out of bounds line too. More pressure here being put on by the Panthers, and looks like Heil will get the ball across and does. Anderson sets the offense. Heil with it at the top of the key. Back to Anderson, looking inside for Wanowiak. Ernest poked the ball away momentarily. Entry pass there. And that is Lummis going to pick up what most would consider probably a cheap foul. Didn't have to commit that foul. As that high post was well defended, and may have just been better off letting that pass come in. And now second foul being picked up here on, oh, actually that went on Wanowiak as she was positioning down low. Coach Bullis wants an explanation, and he got one. And if you ask any coach, it's never an explanation that they like. Rogan on the drive, steps around there, blocked by Wanowiak. Wanowiak, her second block of the game, and we're going to have a warning here on Coach Bullis. Again, he didn't like that explanation, and he was still searching for one, was Coach Bullis, and he searched a little too deep, got a warning. And that means technical foul is next if he's got any more to say for the rest of the game. .5:45 left, and a nice drive there by Studeman. Picks up her first points of the night. Brings her Evergreens to within 9. Spash up 29-20, 5.5 to go in the first. And Ernest took steps before she put the ball down, so quick turnover by the Panthers. Gets the Evergreen bench up in applause. Again, Anderson handling the point duties tonight for the Evergreens. Brings the ball up again with Rogan on her. And a nice entry pass there to Studeman. Nice pick set on that high post, freed up Studeman, and she had a clear path to the basket. That play set up there by Gabby Anderson. Nice work there. Hintz had a three, passed it up. Hands off to Rogan. Rogan in the lane, kicks it back out to Lummis. Rogan far wing, entry pass to Ernest. Ernest squares up and just short there. Hine with the rebound, and Evergreens down by 7, looking for a little bit more momentum here. They've got a bit now. They've scored 4 straight. In the lane there was Heil, a little bit too strong off the backboard, and Standifer picks up the ball, hands to Rogan. Rogan full head of steam in the lane and on the floor, so no shooting foul, but she will go to the line for the Panthers. And Skiba looking here for the number, finally identifies who he figured it was, and we'll see who he calls Zarnik. And Zarnik with her second. It's the 10th team foul for the Evergreens, so double bonus now for the next 4.5 minutes for the Panthers. Evergreen's been in team foul trouble pretty much since the get-go. Rogan up and good. Dug themselves a foul hole early and just not able to get out of it. And 4.5 minutes, a long time here for for the Evergreens to keep their hands clean, and Rogan hits both of hers. She's got 10 points on the night. Joins Ernest in double figures, also with 10. And Heil leads the Evergreens with 5. Bounce pass over here to Zarnik. And back to Heil. Heil got Standifer up in the air and then passed it up. Schmoll with it. She'll launch from that same point off the front of the rim. No. Heil rebound in the lane. Kicks it back out, and Zarnik missed that one. And nobody touched it, so out of bounds over to the Panthers.
Should now be a solid the field house at this time to get ready for the halftime presentation. Once again, all hoops club players should now be
under 4 minutes to go in the half. All halftime performers have been summoned to their places, so that's good news. We got a halftime entertainment here on the court as Rogan drove in the lane and he called for the travel. There was contact down low, and Rogan's asking for some explanation there as well, and she didn't believe it. Anyway, travel is the call. Turnover Panthers, so Evergreens now with a chance to get back in. Terp not a fan of that call, so I guess what that means when both coaches are a little upset, that means it's pretty good officiating going on. Rebound comes off to Pecor. Rogan, and Rogan got a little bit ahead of herself there, threw the ball up, didn't have a plan for it, and the Evergreen's going to come away with the ball. It's Schmoll with it. Schmoll got Ernest in front of her, and a little teardrop shot didn't go. Standifer gets the loose ball, and she's fouled under the basket. And another somewhat of a cardinal sin in basketball is to foul the other team under your basket. You're a long, long way away from defending your own basket, but sometimes heat of the moment, you do something you maybe know you shouldn't do. That could have been the case there. As Wanowiak picks up her second foul, Standifer to the line, and off to the right, no. So anyway, we've got halftime entertainment on the court here today, and we've also got halftime stats coming up, so get to have a little visual entertainment while I tell you the story of the first half. Second one up and good for Standifer. She's on the board for the first time tonight, and the Panthers up by 10 with just about 3 minutes to go before halftime, before the much anticipated halftime performance. Evergreens work the ball around. Schmoll with it here over to Studeman, and all the way back around. Got both bigs off the court here for the Evergreens, so they'll be looking for something on the outside in this possession, you would believe. And Schmoll with a runner off the backboard, no. And Rogan, loose ball. She's fouled, and foul is going to go against Zarnik. And if I have my stats right, that'll be her third foul here in the first half. And it is. So Zarnik in a bit of foul trouble here. And with 12 team fouls, you're going to have that. Rogan to the line for 2. Again, Panthers in the double bonus. First one is up and rattles in.
For the Evergreens, number 23, Emma Yed.
Pecor and Standifer out for the Panthers. Rogan's second is up and good. Fink and Hintz replace those two for Spash. Evergreens now with the ball again. They're down by 12. They had cut the lead to 7 just about a minute and a half ago. But Panthers able to stretch that lead back out as we head towards the halftime buzzer here at Stevens Point High School. Again, one big back in. That's Heil. Back in for the Evergreens. See if she's able to flash here down low. Otherwise, again, be looking for an outside shot, and that comes here for Studeman. Studeman hits from the outside. She's got 6. Good possession there for the Evergreens, again with Their bigs on the bench. Ernest shot goes awry there. Fink, though, with the rebound. Lummis with the drive. 2 steps up and too much. Gets her own rebound up off the backboard. No. Fought for underneath. And it's eventually somehow lands inbounds and brought in by DC Everest. Kind of a mild, strange set of events there. It looked like at one point the ball might have hit off the back of the backboard, but the referee was right on the baseline. Saw everything the whole way through. Good defense here by Ernest as she was, looked like she was going to rip that steal, but instead she's going to be called for the foul as she was on Emma.
Foul number 40,
Emma Petty. My apologies to our DC Everest fans watching here. Ernest first foul. It's the team's only their 4th foul here, so SPASH opposite end of the spectrum foul-wise. Everest with 12 team fouls. SPASH just with the 4. Entry pass here to Heil, altered by Ernest. And a minute 15. Back come the Panthers. They're up by 10. Hence, that ball stolen away by Heil. Nice handwork there by Megan Heil. So Evergreens, again, another opportunity here. They've had opportunities. Just more missed shots than Coach Bullis would like to ideally see. Again, talked to Coach Bullis in the pregame show. He was really more concerned with just keeping the Panthers scoring low. And I suppose, relatively speaking, 34 points is low, but I know Coach Bullis would have liked that number to be even smaller than that. Now see if Coach Terpstra opts just for one shot here for his Panthers as they wind the clock under 30 seconds. Hints over to Fink, back to Lummis. And Fink with a 3 on the way. That is long. Ernest with the rebound. She's going to spin right in the lane and get tied up. We're going to have a jump ball, and it'll stay with SPASH. Ernest not extremely happy that she got tied up there. She wanted to score. Figured she had the ball right down low and wanted to turn up and fire away. Ernest will inbound, gets it up to Rogan. 15 seconds here before halftime. Hintz over to Ernest. Ernest with the drive. And she's going to take it up and right hand. Switched hands there on the way up. Didn't get the ball to fall there and instead goes for the steal. And we are going to have a turnover here with 2 seconds left. And Leah Ernest all hustle there. Able to force the turnover, and the Panthers going to be able to get another shot off here. This will be their 3rd shot under a minute. No points, and we're going to have a SPASH Panther timeout with 2 seconds left to go before half. We'll be back.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, back here in Stevens Point again, 2.6 seconds left. SPASH on the hustle from Leah Ernest will inbound in the far corner. Up by 10, looking for more here. And Coach Terpstra called the timeout to get his Panthers ready. Hintz turns, gets it off to Rogan. She's not going to get it off in time. They would have counted the shot. I didn't think she got it off in time, but as it is, the SPASH Panthers head to the locker room. They are up 34-24 over the DC Everest Evergreens. We'll be back with halftime stats and some on-court entertainment after this.
We know how a bank should
should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Stop into any of our locations at Auburndale, Marshfield, Withee, Greenwood, Roselleville, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids, and talk to our friendly personal bankers. Member FDIC. Phelps' Dairy Store, located just southeast of Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point, has fresh cheese curds 7 days a week. Phelps' has a vast selection of cheeses and meats, including the popular potato wurst. Fresh milk pumped daily from 700 cows, and farm tours available. See Phelps' Dairy. Phelps' Dairy Store, located just southeast of Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point, has fresh cheese curds 7 days a week. Phelps' has a vast selection of cheeses and meats, including the popular potato wurst. Fresh milk pumped daily from 700 cows, and farm tours available. See Phelps' Dairy Store in person or visit us at phelpsdairystore.com. Phelps' Dairy Store, food, family, and fun. All right, back here in Stevens Point, it is the Zaleski Sports On Focus Game of the Week. And the SPASH Panthers taking on the DC Everest Evergreens here in Wisconsin Valley Conference action. And it is the Panthers over the Evergreens, 34-24. We'll go through first half scoring, starting first with the Evergreens. And we've got Hannah Studeman and Megan Heil each with 6 points. Alexis Wanowiak with 4. Paige Zarnick and Zoe Minahan each with 3, and Mallory Schmoll with 2. Again, we were looking for Wanowiak and Schmoll in the pregame show. Those two combined for 20 points per game here in this 2018-2019 season. So the Panthers doing a nice job so far of holding them to just 6 combined points for the Stevens Point SPASH Panthers. And leading all scorers is number 40, Leah Ernest. She has 10, along with Madison Rogan with 10. So they're 2 top scorers. Again, they combine for an amazing 43 points per game, and they are on pace for that with 20 points combined in the first half. Rachel Lummis with 9 points. Jolise Pecor and Kaylee Hintz each with 2, and Alyssa Standifer with 1 point in the first half. Again, the SPASH Panthers lead the DC Everest Evergreens 34-24, and we're just a couple minutes away from second half action. We'll check in one other score here in the area, and it's up in Stratford. That game just about ready to start in the second half, and it's the Stratford Tigers 21, the Athens Blue Jays 15. Again, that's girls basketball up in Stratford, and girls basketball is just about to begin, if it's not already, in Auburndale, as the Apaches are taking on the squad from Phillips. Again, you can watch all 3 of these games. They are all live right now, and one way to go watch is ZaleskiSportsShow.com. Just click Live Sports. And 5 minutes left here before halftime. We'll have second half action coming up.
Proper Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
Just a short drive from Marshfield, Chili Implement is your local headquarters for snow removal equipment for your home or business. Take advantage of 0% financing on select make and models. See store for details. The friendly staff at Chili Implement is there to help equip you this season for whatever snow removal needs you may have. Just 10 miles west of Marshfield, Chili Implement, an authorized dealer for Kubota, is located north of Highway 10 on County Road Y in Chili.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Stop into any of our locations at Auburndale, Marshfield, Withee, Greenwood, Roselleville, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids, and talk to our friendly personal bankers who are here to help you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Stop in to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. Phelps' Dairy Store, located just southeast of Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point, has fresh cheese curds 7 days a week. Phelps' has a vast selection of cheeses and meats, including the popular potato wurst. Fresh milk pumped daily from 700 cows and farm tours available. See Phelps' Dairy Store in person or visit us at phelpsdairystore.com. Phelps' Dairy Store, food, family, and fun. And it's like, All right, back here in Stevens Point, again, Wisconsin Valley Conference action here. The SPASH Panthers hosting the DC Everest Evergreen in our Zaleski Sports On Focus Game of the Week. And it's the Panthers up 34-24 over the Evergreens as we start the second half now. Fernstadt with the ball. Crosses the half-court line, and an entry pass there to Heil. Getting a little messed up at the top, but DC Everest retains possession. And both Heil and Studeman share the scoring lead for the Evergreens as Rogan breaks free. And just like that, Rogan now leads all scorers in this game with 12. Ernest with 10. Studeman harassed here by Lummis. Breaks free of that. Bounce pass, though, intercepted by Standifer. Rogan up to Lummis. Lummis to the rack and just a bit short. Ball fought for underneath. Could have been a foul called there. It was not. And a foul would have been to probably Ernest, his closest one there that was getting a little grabby. And the ball here on the Everest side of things goes out of bounds and back to SPASH. Hintz looks in, didn't see anything she liked there. Bounce pass to Standifer in the corner. Gets it back out to Lummis. Hintz, nice ball fake there. She gets around Heil and to the basket and one. Kaylee Hintz, nice work there. Showed ball, then dribbled around Heil. Put a little swim move on it here as she dribbled to her right, put her left wing into the hip of Heil and propelled herself around. Free throw up and good. So a three-point opportunity capitalized on by Kaylee Hintz. Pressure again here being put on by the Panthers, and they retreat into their half-court defense. And Everest comes into this game with a 4-5 mark. They're 2-1 though in conference. Panthers 8-3 overall, and they are undefeated in the Valley to this point. Nice spin move there by Wanowiak over Ernest. Nice move there, and you can see why she leads Everest in scoring. Rogan for three. And we're going to have a timeout by Coach Bullis. We'll take a timeout along with him. It's SPASH 42, Everest 26.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
SPASH Panthers over the Evergreens 42-26, and it's been an 8-2 run to start things here for Coach Terpstra and his Panthers. Everest, though, will get the ball, but off of a Madison Rogan 3, we had Coach Bullis call a timeout as the halftime plan didn't go as planned. So recalibrating is Coach Bullis, and Heil able to save that one from an over and back. Ernest up top on Wanowiak, bounce pass down low. Anderson collects it up and Lummis knocked it out of bounds, so it'll stay here with the Evergreens. Anderson brings it up. Anderson not on the score sheet as of yet, but she's helped to direct this Evergreen offense here for the evening. And doing so with Rogan harassing her for her time on the court. And Rogan again in on her. Entry pass into Wanowiak is going to be off of Wanowiak as she tried to throw the ball off of Ernest. And as Wanowiak was standing 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it came back and bounced on her. Ernest having a good laugh about those events under the basket. And Mark Skibba tells her to get it together and get this ball here. I'm going to start my countdown. Hintz, another drive baseline, kicks it back out to Rogan. Rogan in the lane, out to Lummis. Back to Hintz. Hintz showed the ball over to Rogan. Rogan's going to drive. Cut off there. Lummis puts up a 17-footer and good. Lummis got a nice intermediate shot and has shown it a couple times here tonight. Suffocating SPASH Panther defense here for the time being. A good entry pass into Winowiak. Had a little bit of trouble handling it and now threw it away, and we're going to have an over and back. Yeah, it was an over and back. I was waiting to see if that was tipped. I didn't think it was, and it was not. So eventually rolls out of bounds all the way down to the other side of the court. Ernest will inbound it for the Panthers from there. Talking about conference marks just a moment or two ago. And SPASH Panthers 3-0 in conference. They beat Marshfield in Marshfield 75-60. They took care of Wisconsin Rapids right here at home. Entry pass to Hintz is successful. Took care of Rapids here at home 92-65, and then went up to Merrill just 4 days later and took down the Blue Jays 66-50. So not only are they 3-0 in conference, but doing it convincingly. Turnover here for Everest. Going to put the ball back in the hands of Ernest Rogan and company yet again here in the second half. 13:55 to go in the game, and it's a 20-point SPASH lead. It was just a 10-point margin at halftime. And it's been a 10-2 run for the Panthers. Hintz, three off the front of the rim, no. Rebound Studeman. So Anderson out, Studeman in for the Evergreens. Rogan stays on Studeman. Lummis going to follow Schmoll into the lane. Now they got her doubled up, trapped there, and they are going to call, I believe, Rogan on the reach. We'll see what numbers are thrown up here. Nope, but Lummis with the foul. Could have been on either. As Schmoll stepped through the trap there, stepped through the double team, and Lummis got her hand in the way. Three on the way from Studeman is long. And what a battle down low here for Winowiak and Ernest have been the last few minutes. This one, for the time being, won by Winowiak as she draws the foul, and she'll go to the line for two. Second foul on Ernest. Second team foul of the half for the Panthers. And the first is up and good. First free throw of the night for Winowiak. Winowiak with 7 points and gets that one to bounce in for 8. She had 4 in the first half, 4 here in the second half, and she's battling with Ernest on the offensive end. And Evergreens in their zone defense, and Standifer might have walked there. They let her go. Rogan open for 3, and that one is short. No, but rebound Hintz. Hintz looked at Rogan right away, but Rogan was on the ground. Instead, inbound, or in pass here to Ernest. No, Standifer shows ball, drives up and good. Nice work there by Alyssa Standifer. Show ball, and then show nothing as she blew by her defender. And an over and back. No, instead it's a Rogan steal, breakaway, and off the rim. No, Hintz, though, hustled down the floor, and the rest of the Panthers hustled down along with her. Hintz open for 3 on the way. No, short. Rogan rebound. And Rogan fought for underneath, and it's a jump ball. It'll stay with the Panthers. Coach Terpstra says, hey, on the other end, on a battle like that, that was a foul. He didn't call a foul on for my team. And Rogan limping here a little bit as she fell on her left hip. Instead, Ernest inbounds right to her. Drive, Rogan, up and no. A bit of a wild shot there for Rogan. But Coach Terpstra, again, asking for a foul to be called there, too. He's looking for a makeup call, I believe. He didn't get it. 48-28, 12 to go in the second half. which is to say 12 minutes to go in the game. Evergreens again looking to get the ball down low to Wanowiak. Ernest patrolling the paint, waiting for that entry pass. Fronting Wanowiak this time. 3 on the way. Good! 3-pointer for Emma Piet. Oh, it was a 2. Well, they did call that a 2. Thank you. My stat checker right behind me here. And another jump ball, and the Everest bench comes up and in applause again on the hustle effort for their squad on the floor. And Terpstra again explaining to Mark Skiba exactly what the foul was as he's demonstrating with his arm where her arm was hit. Terpstra not happy. Skiba walks away and puts this game back in. Both coaches hustling here on the sideline. 2-pointer again on the way from Piet. That one, no. Battled for loose ball, and going to have a foul on the Panthers here, and they're going to say it's on Pecor. Pecor picks up her first. It's the third team foul for the Panthers, so a bit of an opposite here from the first half. It was the Evergreens racking up team fouls. They only have 1, though, in the first half. They had 13 fouls in the first, only 1, though, here in the second. And as I say it, they pick up a loose ball, and that one is on Schmoll, as she and Pecor battled for that loose ball. Third foul for Schmoll. So she's got 3, and Zarnik has 3 for the Evergreens. No real foul trouble to mention for the Panthers. Rogan was open in the corner. Hintz didn't get it to her. Instead, the ball stays up top. Ernest, she pops from 16 and gets it to roll in. Shooter's touch here on her home court, and why not? Rogan with the ball up left hand, and she's fouled as she goes rolling into the baseline stands, and she will go to line for 2.
Evergreens foul number 1, Studeman. First personal, 13 foul. Rogan at the line with 2 shots.
So first foul for Studeman, and again, just as I was explaining to you, the Evergreens were a little bit more conscious about fouls in the second half, and not anymore. We're each side with 3 team fouls here in the second half as Rogan hits the front end of her shooting foul. She's got 16 points on the night. That matches her season average. 10:47 left to go in the game. Rogan up and good. Rogan a perfect 6 for 6 from the line tonight. Her and Ernest team up to be 2 of the top free throw shooters in the Valley. Piet gets it off to Studeman in the lane, and she'll go to the line, shooting foul. And that'll be assessed, I believe, on Ernest. And it is. So third foul now for Ernest. She looks to the bench to see if anybody's coming in for her. As of now, no. Studeman to the line for 2. First one is up and good. Nice shot there for Studeman, her 7th point of the night. Hintz out, Lummis in for her. Again, Ernest and her 3 fouls will stay put for the time being. 10:35 left to go in the game. And 2 good shots there for Studeman. Did a nice job there connecting on both of her well-earned free throws. Pecor top here over to Ernest. Rogan set the screen, Ernest ignored it. And instead these 2 work a 2-man game here on the strong side of the court, and we're gonna have a jump ball as Ernest went up, but Wanowiak had other ideas there as she got her hands on top of the ball. So Ernest now baseline into Rogan. Pecor looks inside, instead passes out to Ernest. Rogan, baseline drive, floater, good. 22-point lead here for the Panthers. Again, halftime, it was a 34-24 SPASH lead. Nice up and under there for Schmoll. She collects her 6th point of the night. Quick shooting really in the first 3 minutes here of the second half. Got these Panthers out and staked out to this now 20-point lead, but they were on fire coming out of halftime. Coach Bullis called a timeout with less than 2 minutes off the clock to start the second half, as his halftime plan didn't go accordingly. Nice pass under to Rogan, is up and good. Again, Ernest and Rogan teaming up, just playing a two-man game here, and not able to defend either are the Evergreens. Again, 6 for 6 from the line today, and 7th rolls in and out, but Ernest there for the rebound. Second chance points for the Panthers. Ernest, a strong drive, no, on the floor is the call. 22, Paige Zarnick picks up her 4th personal foul, so both Heil and Fernstadt in for the Evergreens, and Schmoll and Zarnick out. Ernest again will do the inbound duties for the Panthers. This time gets it into Fink, who just stepped into the game. And Pecor open for 3, lets it go, short off the front of the rim, and Heil in the game with the rebound, and Ernest picks up just a miscalculated foul there. No reason for Ernest to get her hands in on that ball. Team up by 22, she's got 3 fouls, picks up her 4th. She'll sit down on the bench and reconsider that for next time. Coach Terpstra will remind her about time and circumstance, and 9 minutes left and we're up by 22 and you've got 3 fouls. Take it easy. She'll know that for next time. So Evergreens now with an opportunity is ball into Studeman and able to save it back into Piet and back up to Fernstadt. Wanowiak drives. Was delighted to see that Ernest was not in the lane. Missed the shot but gets the ball back. Again, Wanowiak in the lane, kicks it back out this time. 3 on the way, good! 3-pointer, Olivia Fernstadt. Her first points of the night. 8.5 to go in the game. It's a 19-point SPASH Panther lead. Lummis bounce pass to Fink. Fink launches a 3 and good! Fink enters the scorebook for the first time tonight. Wanowiak spun, found Heil on the outside, no. Loose ball, Fink with it, and she may have traveled, no call there. Rogan ends up with the ball. Fink gonna try her luck from the other side, no. Fell down on the landing. So we'll give her a 0 on the scorebook and a 5.2 on the landing. And a travel on Heil as she left before she put the ball down. We'll see Minahan come in now for Piet. Piet with 2 points on the night. She'll take a break. And make sure to stay tuned for our post-game show. We will talk to Stevens Point Panther head coach Craig Terpstra as Rogan up and under for 2 more. Talk to Coach Terpstra, get his thoughts on this game and moving forward. And we'll also talk to our Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House Player of the Game. All that comes up post-game right here from Stevens Point High School. 3 there long. Wanowiak with the rebound, turns and fires off the backboard, too strong. Second chance for Wanowiak, good hustle there by Alexis. And up and in, and she's got 10 points now on the night. Pecor up top, Rogan all the way around to Fink. And Fink showed ball but lifted her pivot foot. And that's going to bring Hintz and Ernest in for the Panthers. Out goes Clay Smith and Pecor. And 6:45 to go here in the game. Nice entry pass there, and Winoviak missed it, got her on rebound, missed it again, ripped it back away, and no, and I think Ernest, oh no, they did call Winoviak. It was Ernest on the ground. The whistle blows on Ernest again. That'll be a DQ next to her name, and she's got 4 fouls. And that was close there. They called it correctly, but Ernest getting in the mix down there with 4 fouls. But that foul will send her to the line as the Panthers will shoot free throws now for the rest of the second half. 12 points on the night for Ernest. Hasn't done much scoring here in the second half. Does can a free throw there. That's her 3rd point of the second half. And that one is also up and good. Ernest a perfect 8 for 8 free throw shooting here in this one. Bit of a mishandle by Fernstedt, able to collect it and keep it on the Evergreen side. Heil looks into Winoviak. She's fouled and good, and one. Winoviak. Call the foul on Hintz. It's the 6th team foul for the Panthers, just the first for Kaylee Hintz here tonight. And the and one is completed from Winoviak. She scored a bunch here in the second half, but not able to bring her Evergreens all the way back. They're down 21, 63-42. Ernest and travel as she showed ball left, right, and in her momentum lost her pivot foot. Seen that a couple times from both squads tonight. Anderson back in the game, bring the ball back up for the Evergreens. Three on the way for Heil, off the front of the rim, no. Rebound comes off to Fernstedt. Another opportunity in this possession here for DC Everest. Anderson with the drive. Attempted to get into Winoviak, but Lummis able to take the ball away. Ernest down low, spins amongst 3 Evergreens, but she's going to be fouled on the shot as she went up, but it was Anderson with the foul. Again, she was going up against 3 there. And determined to show what she's got going on here, and misses first free throw of the night miss. She's 8 for 9 here today. Teammate Madison Rogan 6 for 7 from the line. Does hit the second one. Lummis 4 for 4 from the line, so quite a free throw shooting exhibition here being put on by the Panthers tonight. Hintz also made good on her only free throw of the night. As a team, the Panthers have only missed 3 free throws all night. 5.5 to go. Again, make sure to stay tuned for post-game show. Go through game stats with you. We'll talk to SPASH Panther head coach Craig Terpstra and a Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House player of the game to be named. Hintz a 3, and it's good. 10 points now for Kaylee Hintz. Come on strong here in the second half. Scored 8 so far in the second. Anderson with the drive off the backboard and good. First points of the night for Gabby Anderson. Ernest dribbles around her back, gets it out to Rogan. Ernest down low, up, and fouled by Minahan. So 2 more free throws coming up for Leah Ernest.
Evergreen is fouled from 5, so Minahan. Third personal.
Free throw on the way and good. Well, this one starts to run away from us just a bit. We'll take a peek at our other 2 games going on tonight. Again, 2 more girls basketball games happening right now. And first here, we'll take a check-in up in Stratford as the Stratford Tigers taking on the Athens Blue Jays. Merriwood Conference basketball, again, going on up in Stratford. You can catch this game and any other. And one solid way to do it, head on over to ZaleskiSportsShow.com, click Live Sports. As soon as we get it to load up here, we'll update you with the score. Score here again, 69-44, 4 minutes to go here in the game. And Wanoviak again making things happen down low. Shot counts and another and one opportunity here for Alexis Wanoviak. And the free throw on its way and short. That was short from the moment of left her hand, but Heil there for the putback. No. Swats it away. Or Anderson with the board. No. Heil. And we are going to have, I believe, Leah Ernest here pick up her 5th foul of the game. And indeed it is. And she doesn't agree with the call. I do. That was a foul. She was, I think, fortunate probably not to get that 5th foul just a couple minutes ago. And Auburndale over Phillips with 3 minutes to go. The Apaches up 51-37. Over in that one. See if we can get that Stratford game to dial up. Perhaps the game's already over. And free throw up and good for Heil on the front end. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened there. That game looks to be done in Stratford. So depending on how long we're on here, we'll see if we can get you a final score from Merriwood Conference action as the Stratford Tigers hosted the Athens Blue Jays. I know the Tigers were up by 12 points or so in the first. So Ernest on the bench for the rest of this one. 3.5 minutes to go. Close out her scoring line. Ernest finishes with 16 points on the day. 23 points for Madison Rogan, with the ball now in the lane. Had it knocked away and able to dribble it back, and now finally is knocked away by Heil. And Fernstadt there to pick up the loose change back the other way. Rogan maybe doing just a little bit too much dribbling there, as missing piece Ernest on the bench. Still probably enough power out there for the Panthers that Rogan just lost track of time and space there perhaps. That ball thrown out of bounds, so Panthers come right back with it, and we've got a timeout on the floor. 3:03 left to go here. It is SPASH 69, Everest 48. The full.
UW Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Stop into any of our locations at Auburndale, Marshfield, Withee, Greenwood, Roselleville, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids, and talk to our friendly personal bankers who are here to help you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Final up in Stratford, the Tigers over the Blue Jays, 53-33. Again, that was Merriwood Conference girls basketball. Stratford Tiger girls off to an impressive start. They've got a big showdown coming up here in about 10 days, exactly 10 days, as they're going to take on undefeated and 6th rank, maybe even 5th ranked, Colby Hornets. Hornets perfect 10-0 on the season, and Stratford Tigers steamrolling right towards the Colby Hornets in a non-conference Merriwood Cloverbelt game, and that'll be a good one. Live stream for that, you bet. Highlights as well. But 10 days from now, we got a few other things going on between then and now, so we'll get there when we get there. But really looking forward to that one. That's a premier matchup here in January high school basketball. About a good of a matchup as I think we can probably find for you. As Clyde Smith hit the first and hits the second. Again, we're going to have a lot of good matchups though all year long. Again, we're really at the cutting edge of conference season here, whether it be basketball, hockey, wrestling, gymnastics, what have you. And we'll have it all for you all season long as we go from conference season and eventually here in about 6 weeks' time transition to playoff season. But 6 weeks, a long time between then and now. A lot's going to happen. Teams that are flying high now could come back down. Teams that are kind of hanging around all of a sudden could jump up out of nowhere. And you'll keep it tuned here to all the On Focus Sports coverage, as that's where it's going to come from. Again, thanks for watching. Make sure to tell your friends to watch. Keep them tuned in. Again, highlights of this game and many others coming your way tonight on the Zaleski Sports Facebook network. All over central Wisconsin. Got a lot coming to you tonight, including highlights of this one right here. A drive there by 14, not on the roster 14, so we'll let you fill in the blank there.
After ball number 23, Clyde Smith.
Clyde Smith is going to be charged with the foul. That'll send Megan Heil to the line for 2 shots, as all non-starters on the floor for the Panthers right now. And will be for the next 2 minutes of this one. 71-49 here in Stevens Point. Again, post-game show upcoming. Talk to Coach Terpstra, get his thoughts on the game. And then again, a Highlight House player to be named. I've got one in mind. Maybe 2. Make sure nobody sneaks out the back door as Zoe Fink, front door 3, and she's got 2 second half 3-pointers here. 6 points on the night for Fink. Minute and a half and counting here in Stevens Point. So Coach Bullis has opted here for Alexis Wanoviak to watch the rest of this one from the bench here today, as Heil with the layup is up and good. And sometimes you can learn a little bit from the bench, see things from a different angle. Pecor rises for 3 and hits it. Joelise Pecor drills the 3. We get a quick timeout here from Coach Terpstra as he subs in for Fink, and Faith Weddle in for Zoe Fink. She'll have 6 points on the night. Madison Rogan will finish with 23. Again, Ernest, 5 fouls with about 5 minutes left in this game, finished with 16. While Noviak finishes with 15 points for the Evergreens, as that shot went awry there. Weddle battles for the loose ball and a jump ball. Stay with DC Everest. But Wanoviak came in averaging 11.4 per game, so she met and exceeded her average there. Again, 15 points on the night for Wanoviak, 11 of the 15 in the second half. Heil, nice drive in the lane there, came up short. Solinsky with the rebound. She brings it back up to Pecor. Pecor, 16-footer off the front of the rim, no. Rebound off to Studeman. 20 seconds left here and just about ready to wrap up our scoring totals. Again, post-game show coming up. Stay tuned for that. Talk to Coach Terpstra again in a Highlight House Player of the Game to be named. And that'll do it here in Stevens Point as the SPASH Panthers will pick up their 4th Valley Conference win of the year, 77-54. Everest will drop to 4-6 overall, 2-2 in the Valley. And the SPASH Panthers again move to 4-0 overall, or 4-0 in conference, and they will go to 9-3 overall on the season. We'll be back with second half stats in just a moment. Hang on, we'll be right back. Phelps' Dairy Store, located just southeast of Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point, has fresh cheese curds 7 days a week. Phelps' has a vast selection of cheeses and meats, including the popular potato wurst. Fresh milk pumped daily from 700 cows and farm tours available. See Phelps' Dairy Store in person or visit us at phelpsdairystore.com. Phelps' Dairy Store, food, family, and fun. Stop into any of our locations at Auburndale, Marshfield, Withee, Greenwood, Roselleville, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids, and talk to our friendly personal bankers who are here to help you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. (77-54) our final here in Stevens Point as the SPASH Panthers take down the DC Everest Evergreens. We'll go through final stats here. Again, thanks to our sponsor, Hiller's True Value. And Hiller's True Value, located on South Central Avenue in Marshfield, is your Milwaukee Tool headquarters. Hiller's True Value. For the Evergreens, leading the way for DC Everest, Alexis Wanowiak finished with 15. Megan Heil with 12 points. Hannah Studeman with 8. Olivia Fernstadt and Zoe Minahan and Paige Ziarnak all with 3. And Gabby Anderson and Emma Piet with 2 apiece. For the SPASH Panthers, and leading all scores is Madison Rogan. Rogan with 23 points on the night. Leah Ernest with 16, also 5 fouls for Leah Ernest tonight. Rachel Lummis with 11, Kaylee Hintz with 10. Jolise Pecor had 7, Zoe Fink with 6. Alyssa Standifer with 3, and Kylie Claysmith with 2 points. Again, the SPASH Panthers move their record to 9-3, 4-0 in the Valley. Everest Evergreens fall to 4-6 overall, 2-2 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, as the Panthers take down the Evergreens 77-54. We'll be back. Just stay tight with us here. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with Coach Craig Terpstra and our Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House Player of the Game, Leah Ernest. All that coming up in just a couple minutes. We'll be back.
Just a short drive from Marshfield, Chili Implement is your local headquarters for snow removal equipment for your home or business. Take advantage of 0% financing on select make and models. See store for details. The friendly staff at Chili Implement is there to help equip you this season for whatever snow removal needs you may have. Just 10 miles west of Marshfield, Chili Implement, an authorized dealer for Kubota, is located north of Highway 10 on County Road Y in Chili.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
Nasonville Dairy, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, nasonvilledairy.com.
We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
For almost 50 years, Abbey Bank has been providing financial services to local families and businesses. What makes us different? Our partnership with the communities we serve, helping families grow, helping business grow, and celebrating important moments. With new programs and facilities, support for our youth, and help for those most in need. Abbey Bank invests in its communities and gives back locally. With locations in Abbotsford, Appleton, Medford, Wausau, and Weston, we make banking about you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids. All right, back here post-game with Stevens Point Panther head coach Craig Terpstra. Coach, 77-54. Talk about expectations tonight. What a 77-54 conference win does for the team.
Well, we play each game to improve, and I thought we made some strides tonight. I would like to have played a complete game. I thought we played in spurts. Some really good spurts to start the second half. I thought it's as good as we can play. But to be a quality team like Everest, to get a conference win is satisfying.
Coach, we talk at length about Rogan and Ernest. Let's talk a little bit about some of your other starters, role players, whatever label you want to put on these girls. Lummis, Hintz, Pecor, etc. Talk about the job they did tonight and how they help hold the team together.
Well, first of all, Lummis is a very important player. She's an extra ball handler on the floor. She does so many things for us. She rebounds. She defends. She hits open shots. She's a tremendous player for us. We'd be lost without her. I thought Kaylee Hintz is kind of burst. Her energy she brought to start the second half was huge. She made the extra pass. She moved the ball on offense. Cut. Got some open shots. When she plays well, we're a good team. Now we're missing a starter in Haley Carlson, but I really thought Alyssa Stanifer came in and played extremely well in that spot. And then some players off the bench really helped us tonight. Joe Pecor continues to play well. I thought Zoe Fink had some good minutes.
Coach, last week against Watertown over in the Century Classic, Leah picked up a couple quick fouls, able to last through that game. Picked up maybe some fouls you'd probably rather not have her commit. Just talk about her play overall and what she can do, what you can do maybe to get that straightened out a little bit.
Well, I think we got to make sure we don't get fouls that people would call them cheap fouls. She can't foul 90 feet from the basket. She can't foul when the offensive player has position. She might, we need her to maybe give up that 2 points to save 10 later. But I wasn't displeased with anything tonight. I just thought she was in the bad spot at times, and the game dictated it. where she was at that time. I think if it was a close game, she would not have fouled out.
All right, Coach, talking about Leah, we're going to talk to her in our post-game show here in just a bit. We'll let you off the hook with that one, though. Again, talking here to Coach Craig Terpstra and his SPASH Panthers take down the DC Everest Evergreens 77-54. We'll be right back after this.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate
UW Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
Phelps' Dairy Store, located just southeast of Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point, has fresh cheese curds 7 days a week. Phelps' has a vast selection of cheeses and meats, including the popular potato wurst. Fresh milk pumped daily from 700 cows and farm tours available. See Phelps' Dairy Store in person or visit us at phelpsdairystore.com. Phelps' Dairy Store, food, family, and fun. All right, and we are back here with our Zaleski Sports Show Highlight House player of the game, Leah Ernest. Leah, your Panthers, you and your Panthers take down the Evergreens 77-54. Just talk about just the overall team performance tonight and getting this conference win, moving your record to 4-0 in the Valley.
This win was really big for our conference standpoint. Obviously, we're moving to 4-0. You know, we're always competing to be first in the conference, and this was a good step to get there. We came out probably a little bit slower than we would have liked in the first half in terms of the way we wanted to play. We were not moving the ball as well as we would have liked, but in the second half, we definitely came out with a bit more of a spark, moved the ball, and played our game, and, you know, took home the win.
Yeah. We talked to Coach a little bit about some of the other girls, Rachel, Kaylee, Jolie, just to name a few. Talk about some of those other girls and how they help keep the team and really hold everything together while you and Madison are going at it.
Yeah, they're, you know, having me and Rogan being surrounded by such awesome talent, really, in Rachel and Kaylee and Jolise and, you know, everyone else. I don't think a lot of teams have the kind of depth that we have. I mean, I know we lost a bunch last year, and that was going to be one of our concerns this year going in, was depth and who was going to play minutes and stuff. But, you know, we've got a lot of girls that can play interchangeable minutes again this year, and they're, you know, they're glue. If we're getting, Rogan and I are getting pressured, you know, we can kick it out, and a lot of them can knock down the three or drive it, and they're just all really solid all around.
And then we also talked to Coach about foul trouble a little bit. So we're gonna talk about that. You know, against Watertown, you picked up a few early, and then were steady throughout that game. And then today, really the second half, it all kind of fell apart, I guess we'll just say. Talk about some of those ticky-tack, some of those maybe needless fouls, and how you can correct that going forward.
You know, yeah, there's always a negative to stuff, and one of my negatives is definitely I tend to pick up a couple too many fouls, and that was the case tonight. Yeah, I just like to play aggressive, and you know, that's something I really pride myself in, is my hustle, and sometimes I just take it a step too far, and you know, I just got to work on dialing it back and being smart about what kind of contact I initiate. But you know, I'm not too worried, so yeah.
All right, excellent. All right, so now we're gonna do something for the highlights. Stephen, are we okay? You keep rolling? Yeah, okay. All right. You've done this before, I think. All right, so it's the highlight house, right? You've seen the highlights before. All right, so now I'm going to give you the microphone. We're all kind of tangled up. I'll switch with you. How's this? I promise I won't drop it. So this, just hang on right up top there. Yeah, it's a weird setup. There we go. Just like that. That's perfect. And put this in your other hand. And then we're good. All right, I'm just going to get out of the way. You'll look up at the camera. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, and I'm in the house. Okay. You can put your own special spin on it, whatever you want to do, right? All your friends are going to watch, so you know, make it your own. But right up there with the camera. Okay. I'm in the house. Okay. All right, ready? Okay, I'm getting out of the way.
I'm going to spin, if that's okay.
All right. We good, Steven? Yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1.
I'm in the house.
There you go. Excellent. All right, now it's picture time. He's going to commercial, so we don't have to worry about any of that.
All right.
Yeah, this is all jacked up. It's a long story. I wanted to tell you.
Property damage or loss is what Marshfield Insurance Agency is all about. We are the area's largest insurance agency. Family owned for more than 30 years. An independent agency, we represent more than 40 A-rated insurance providers for home, auto, business, health, life, and more. Contact Marshfield Insurance Agency for a free quote today.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.